All right, last group, irregular present tense verb conjugations. Hopefully you remember your pronouns that we've learned earlier. They're going to come in handy. Remember, yo is I, tú, you formal, are familiar. Él is he, ella, she, usted, you formal. We is nosotros or nosotras. Vosotros is you all, commonly used in Spain. Ellos and ellas is they. Ustedes would be you all. All right, so here we go. You've already learned how to conjugate regular present tense verbs and some boot verbs as well. There are several types of irregular verbs. So we're going to learn about 3 types of irregular verbs, or just like review them. There's irregulars. There's irregular verbs that are only irregular in the yo form. There's also irregular verbs that have spelling changes, and there's irregulars that are just irregular everywhere, and you just have to memorize them and learn the patterns. Let's begin with the verbs with an irregular yo form. The following verbs have irregular yo forms, but follow the patterns for AR, ER, and IR verbs. This is not a complete list, though, because there's so many. Hay muchos. But if you want to write these down, take a picture of them, start learning them. So caber is to fit, but in the yo form, it's quepo. Caer, to fall, in the yo form, caigo. Conocer, to know, the yo form, conozco. Dar, to give, the yo form doy. Hacer, to do or make, the yo form hago. Poner, to put or place, the yo form pongo. Saber, to know, the yo form is sé. Salir, to leave or go out, yo form salgo. Traducir, to translate, traduzco in the yo form. Traer, to bring, yo form traigo. Valer, to be worth, yo form valgo. Ver, to see, yo form veo. So it's just the yo form that's different. Otherwise, you'll just go ahead and follow the same regular conjugation pattern in the other forms. All right, now let's look at verbs with spelling changes in the yo form. Verbs that end with GIR and GER or GUIR have this change. Verbs that end in GIR or GER, the G in the yo form changes to a J. For example, the yo form of the verb to demand or elegir is ejijo. The yo form of the verb escoger is escojo. This is just the yo form. Verbs that end in GUIR, the yo form ends in go. For example, let me go out of that mode so you can see because that one's cut off. To extinguish. Extinguir is extingo. All right. Then we have the common verb ser. There are quite a few verbs that are irregular in more than just the yo form now. On the next few slides, we're going to look at the handful of the most commonly used irregular verb conjugations. You have ser, which is soy, eres, es, somos, sois, son. Ser is used for descriptions. Then you have a star, which also means to be. A star is used more for locations and emotions. And here's its conjugation. Estoy, estás, está. Estamos, estáis, están. There's 4 accents in the bottom on the A's. And of course, the yo form is very funky. Let's look at ir. Ir means to go. And its conjugation is voy, vas, va, vamos, vais, van. Tener, the conjugation, tengo, tienes, tiene, tenemos, tenéis, tienen. So this one has a really funky yo form, and it also is kind of a boot verb because it has the E to IE down here in some of these conjugations. And venir. Venir is just like tener, but it's an IR verb, so you want to use IR endings. You get vengo, vienes, viene, venimos, venís, vienen. And the last one, oír. Oír means to hear. In the yo form is oigo. So there's, in this verb conjugation, there's G's and there's Y's. That's a really funky one. So you get oigo, oyes, oye, oímos, oís, oyen. And here, if you wanted to pause, grab your worksheet and practice your conjugations of some of the irregular verbs that we just talked about in this video. Once you're finished, here are the answers, but make sure you finish before you look at the answers. You want to try to do it on your own. And then here are the answers so you can correct them and see how you did. And that is it for present tense verb conjugations.